Fine. Good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God for your health, your studies, your food and environment. Okay students? So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. Okay. So now we are studying about chapter 4. So theoretical concepts of operating system. Okay. So in this chapter what are things you are studying? So before I'm going to start my today's portion. So just recall what are things you have studied in the last class as well as in this chapter. So what are things you have studied? Define operating system and the uses of operating system, then software, types of software, isn't it? Then what are the important points you all need to know? What are the types of operating system you have studied last class? Single user operating system, multi-user operating system. So what are the types of operating system you have studied? Single user operating system and multi-user operating system. So and also key features of operating system you have studied, isn't it? So what are the key features you have studied last class? So user interface and memory management. Okay. So two key features last class you have studied. So today you are going to study about one of the important key feature called process management. Okay. So what do you mean by process? For example, you are doing one work. For example, you are reading a book. So that we can call as a work, isn't it? So likewise, what are things done by a computer, we can call as a one process. So now you are going to managing the process. So what are the processes done? That process we are going to manage. Okay. So main concept they are telling here mean creating and deleting files. Okay. So creating means what do you mean by creating? You are going to create one new file or you are going to create one new folder. Deleting means you are going to delete the particular item or program. Okay. So this creation, deletion, whatever may be. So this then all we can call this one process. Okay. So for example, from a computer you are giving a print. Okay. So printer is connected to the computer. You are giving a print. Okay. So if you are giving a print, so you will get a print out. Okay, or print a paper. So that taking a printout also we can call as a what? One process. Okay, so that and all we can call process. Likewise, lot of process will be there. So at the same time you are giving a printout to a computer. At the same time you are scanning something. So likewise, lot of process you are doing in a computer. Now you are going to allocate or arranging or managing these processes. Okay, so providing some mechanism, you are going to provide some technique or mechanism to synchronize with each other. That means you are going to allocate each and every process one another. Okay, so that only they are giving. For example, from a system you are going to take some printout. That also you can call this a one process. Understood? Okay. So likewise, that's the one simple example. Likewise, we can say lot of process in the computer. Okay, in the computer we can say lot of processes. Okay, so that processes are classified into two types. Okay, process are classified into how many types? Two types. Okay, first one is, so this OS is executed by system code. Okay, this process classified into how many types? Two types. First one is executed by which code? System code. Okay. Second one is which is executed by user code. System code means default the code is stored in the system itself. That means maybe it's a RAM, ROM or anything. Default in the processor or anything, they are storing some programs itself. That is called what? System code. So this operating system is executed by one system code. Second thing is user process. User is giving some process. First one is not you are giving some process, but operating system itself schedules some process. So that can given by what? System code. Okay. So next one is user is giving some process. That also executed by which code? System process executed by system code. So user process executed by which code? User code. Okay. So all this process can be execute concurrently on single CPU. That means, so in a system, how many CPUs will be there? Only one CPU, isn't it? So in that CPU, you are giving lot of process at a time. You are taking printout at the same time. You are giving some scanning something in the scanner, and also you are displaying something in the projector. So at the same time, you are doing lot of processes. But so you are going to concurrently arranging all the things in a CPU. Understood? Okay. So for that you are giving some lot of algorithms are there. So to allocate or to arrange this process to the process, there are lot of algorithms are there. Okay, very process management question is very important. Okay, process management important, and also algorithm used to find reduce this, or algorithm used to allocate this process. Okay, so what are the commonly used algorithm means FIFO, SJF, round robin, and based on priority. Okay, so what are the algorithms you are using to allocate the job in process? FIFO, SJF, round robin, and based on priority. Sometimes they will ask for 2 mark question this one. So name the algorithms used to allocate process to the process. So what answer you need to write? FIFO, SJF, round robin, and based on priority. Okay. So next we are going to study about each and every algorithm in detail. Okay. So among that, first algorithm is FIFO. FIFO means, please now itself understand the concept and study. Okay. First in, first out. Okay. So what's the full form of FIFO? First in, first out. Okay. So we can say this algorithm is a queuing technique. Okay. So FIFO algorithm is which kind of technique? Queuing technique. Okay. So best example they are telling. So to understand this concept, that example you need to remember. Okay. So for example, your class students, take your class students. So your class students are standing in a queue. Okay. So your teacher is providing maybe a test paper or mark sheet or anything. For example, your teacher is providing a mark sheet to you. Okay. So for that, your class students are standing in a queue, long queue. Okay. How they will get? For example, first person or first roll number is standing at the first. So the teacher will give the mark sheet for the roll number 1. So after getting the mark sheet, what the roll number 1 will give? So the roll number 1 will go outside or sit in that place, isn't it? Then roll number 2 will come front. So that person will get the mark sheet, and after getting the mark sheet, the roll number 2 also move to his or her place, isn't it? So that concept is called FIFO, first in, first out. Who is standing at the first, that person or that process will get the job first. After, so that person get the job first, that job is completed, and the person will move and sit at the out. Understood? Same concept. Okay, so same concept. What's the concept now? So only I told at the first itself. So if you need to understand this concept clearly, means you should remember this example. First in, first out. Just to think, first student who is standing at the first will get the mark sheet first. So immediately getting the mark sheet, he will move to his place, isn't it? Then second person will come front. So first in, first out. Who is getting in the first, that person will get outside also first. Understood? So this is the basic concept of this FIFO algorithm. Okay. So in computer we can say as a process. Okay, lot of processes are there. So for example, 5 processes you are running at the same time. Okay, 5 processes you are running at the same time. So what's the concept of FIFO? Which process is standing, or which process will allocate at the first, that process will execute it and it will move to the last. Then again what second process, second allocated process will execute and move to the last. Okay, likewise till the last. Okay, so based on the order or based on the queue, how you are standing or how you are allocating, based on that you will get what, that processes allocation, or first in, first out. Who will be standing at the first will get the first job, and that person after completion move outside. Okay, so see this example, best example they are giving. So this is a ticket counter, one person is sitting. Okay, so here 5 persons are standing. Okay, who is the first one? First person. This is the first person. So who stands at the first, this person will get the ticket at the first. Okay, so the last person always will get the ticket at the last. So once the first person get the ticket at the first, after getting the ticket, immediately the person will get outside. Then second person will come. So likewise, if 5 processes are there in computer mean, so first who will get the process, that process will execute at the first, and then next process will move, likewise even till the last. So understood the concept of FIFO? Name itself having first in, first out. First in, first out. Okay. So next one is SJF. So what's the second algorithm name? SJF. What do you mean SJF means? Shortest job first scheduling. SJF. What's the concept SJF? What's the full form? Shortest job first scheduling. Okay, so this algorithm, how this algorithm will work mean in short form I am telling at the first. Okay, so which process will have the capacity, lower capacity, for example lower number. So which process will have the lower capacity, so that process will run at the first. Understood? Which process will have the lower capacity, that process will run at the first. Okay, then for example 5 processes are there. Okay, 5 processes are there. First process capacity is maybe 2. Second process capacity is 3. Next process capacity is 4. How it will then execute? For example, first process 2. So who is having the low capacity? 2, first process. So that process will execute at the first. Then which one will be execute? Next, which one have the next lowest capacity? Likewise, so based on the capacity or based on the number, which one have the lowest capacity, that will get executed at the first. Understood? That's the concept of SJF, that is shortest job first scheduling. Okay, so here consider they are giving 2 jobs. What are the 2 jobs? They are giving example. One job name is A, second job name is what? B. Okay, so the value of A they are giving us 6 kilobyte. Okay, the value of B they are giving us 9 kilobyte. So which one is the shortest? A. So which job will which job will get executed at the first? A will get executed at the first. Which one get executed at the last? B. Okay, so for that one best example I have given this and all, they have not given in a textbook. For your understanding only I am giving this one. Okay, so consider here 5 processes are there. How many processes are there? 5. So what are they? P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. Okay, so priority no need to see it now. Okay, no need to see this priority. So this is the processes time. Okay, which is the process and this one. So P1, what's the time of that process? 6. P2, 12. Then P3, 1. Then P4, 3. P. So among these processes, which one will have the lowest capacity? Okay, which one will have the lowest capacity? Which one will have the lowest capacity now? P3, isn't it? So which one will get executed at the first now? P3. Okay. Next, after that, which one will have the lowest capacity? P4. See this first one. So here, first column needs to come at P3. Okay, 1. Then which one will come at the next? P4. Okay. Then listen. Then after P4, this is no need to see this diagram and get confused. So please see this one. So which one have the process? The first one. First which one will get executed? P1 will get executed the first. Then which one will get executed? P3. Okay. Then which one will get executed? Again P5. Okay. So how you need to calculate means first P1. Okay. 1. Then 1 plus 3, 4. Then 4 plus 4, 8. Then after 4, which one needs to execute? P1. Again, which one will get execute? P1, 6. Okay. Then after that, which one will get execute? P2, 12. Understood? Okay. This and all no need to study for your understanding. Only I said this short, no need to read. Okay. Then next one is round robin scheduling. Okay. Name itself having round. So here the processes will be do in a circular manner or round manner, round robin. Okay, for example, so mainly this kind of round robin scheduling algorithm is made for time sharing systems. Okay, that means sharing systems. So round robin scheduling algorithm is mainly designed for which kind of systems? Time sharing systems. Okay, so here you are going to allocate all the jobs or process in a circular method. Okay, so how you are going to allocate the jobs and something? So here you are going to allocate this process and jobs in which method? Circular method. Okay, for example, they are telling, so 3 jobs, you take 3 jobs, A, B and C. Okay, first it will assign the job to A. Okay, first it will assign the job to whom? A. So once the job A is completed, then automatically move to the job which one? B. Then automatically move to what? C. Okay, then again C is giving to A. Just like a circle. A completed B, then C, again C is going to A. Okay, so just like a circular. So here no need to calculate about what? The processing time and priority, nothing but. So but anyway, here you are giving the process, means the process will execute in which manner? Circular manner, that is round robin scheduling. Name itself having, so each and every algorithm by name itself you can understand. SJ means shortest job, that means smallest job. Okay, so like this first in first out means what? who will get the first job will do the first. Round robin means what? So just like a circular method. Understood? Next one is the based on priority. Okay, what's the last algorithm? Based on priority. Okay, so here, so you are giving each and every processor some priority. For example, you are giving 5 process means that process P1 you are giving some priority number. P2 you are giving some priority number. P5 you are giving likewise each and every jobs you are giving what some priority numbers. So based on that which process or who will give the higher priority, so that priority will what? Execute at the first. Understood? You are giving some priority for each jobs. So which process will have the higher priority? So that priority job will got executed the first. So for example, they are giving. So here they are giving 2 jobs. What are the jobs name? A and B. So the priority of the job A is giving us 5 and the priority of the job B is giving us what? 7. So which will have the highest priority now? The job B will have highest priority, isn't it? So which job will be executed at the first? The job B will get executed at the first. So first the job B will or process B will get executed. Once complete the process B, then only it will move to what? Job A. Understood? So what do you mean by based on priority? So each and every process you are giving some priority. So which process will have higher priority, that process will get executed at the first, and which will have the lowest priority, that will get executed the next. Understood? Okay, so today up to this enough, I think it's so. So today very important question. Okay, so only I am going very slowly. This one very important question, process management. Okay, so today you have studied process management. What are the headings you have studied? So you are going to allocate some process or you are giving some priority. For that you are giving what? 4 algorithms. So what are the 4 algorithms? FIFO, SJF, round robin and based on priority. What do you mean by FIFO? First in, first out. Who will be getting the chance at the first? That person will execute at the first and move at the next, isn't it? Then shortest means SJF means who will have the shortest that capacity, that will get executed at the first, then shortest will execute at the next. Round robin means what? Based on round robin means in a circular method it will execute, isn't it? Based on priority means what? Each and every process you are giving some priority. Based on that priority, who will have, that means which process will have highest priority will execute at the first, next it will execute the next. Okay, so after completion of this session, students, you should write in a notebook process management and 4 algorithms. Very important. The diagrams and all no need to draw, charts and all. Okay, students. So thank you, students. Take care. Well, thank you.